Welcome to beautiful Boone, North Carolina, Kid Brewer Stadium, home of the App State Mountaineers. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the Utah State Aggies. Taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Appalachian State Mountaineers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by Utah State lined up, ready to deliver the opening kickoff. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Appalachian State's offense will have first crack at this one. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, all power. All those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And a part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well together.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. He'll keep it himself. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. The Mountaineers are moving quickly down the field. Tight end now in motion. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He's got an open man. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has, how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
And the Mountaineers have it with a 1st and 10. Catch in the middle, it's Hamlet. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. So first down here as they go back to work. Hands it off. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Here they're trying to get to the edge. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Here's the pressure. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting in those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable in run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And he'll bring it back. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. So the Utah State Aggies offense has its first opportunity of the day. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plague them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Just those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won. And last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. But when you're going backwards and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over, that's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
Makes the grab on the left. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Davis looking to pass. He's got him. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Finds the tight end. He'll step out of bounds. He's at the 33-yard line. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his man. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And the Aggies have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Wants to go up top. Caught near the sticks. It's West. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Inside a minute to play in the half. Might we get a touchdown after all before the break? The give to the back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. Touchdown, Aggies! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
A really nice job on their final drive of the first half, David. Calm, cool, collected. They had balance, excellent execution. They're going to take a lead in here at halftime.
It's so much easier to go into half with that positive momentum, that positive juice. Now we can point to what we just did. Great job taking the lead. Now you go make your halftime adjustments.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point makes it 7-3. They march 72 yards. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, it is hard to beat Boone when that town is buzzing as it is today. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at Kidd Brewer Stadium.
The Mountaineers will kick it away to crank up the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Utah State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the 3rd. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Off play action. Pocket breaking down. They get to him as he throws.
Quarterbacks talk about it all the time. They love the clean pocket where they can step up, throw the football. That is not what they had. Nice job by the defense, beating the offensive line, disrupting the timing, and getting a nice clean hit on the quarterback.
The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving. Utah State comes to the line with a 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Looking for room. It's Lyle. Plows through the defense. He goes out of bounds right at midfield. This Utah State offense has it going. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Makes the catch. It's West. Made a defender miss. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
This is so great to see, and it's such a big part of the evolution in college football today with spread offense, up-tempo, RPO game. QBs have got to be great with their ball mechanics in the play-action game, and you saw a great example of that right there.
Moving closer to the red zone, it's at the 27 on 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He's just outside the 20-yard line, stopped at the 21 after a pickup of 6. The quarter comes to a close. Utah State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Davis will throw. Makes the catch. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. And this defense has to step forward. Not only do they have to get a stop, they've got to do it quickly to keep that time from running down. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Time is on their side, and they're going to wind that play clock all the way down. Motion from the wide receiver. They go right back to their man on 2nd and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Utah State. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Iowa State is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point. But you take a look at the scoreboard and you see we have ourselves a close game. They're up by a field goal over Bowling Green. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Caught in the backfield, it's Alexander. And he has run out of bounds as they go backwards there and just avoided the contact. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Dozier. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Looking to throw, it's Swan. Fires to the wideout. Snagged in the middle, it's Sanchez. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Caught over to the middle. It's Hamlet. And oh no, he loses the ball at the end of the run. And he gets the fumble back, but that clock is still an enemy. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call.
Well, I understand they're trying to catch the defense off guard by running the football, expecting them to be in some kind of zone coverage, but you're trailing late in the game. You're going to have to throw to win it, and that's what I'd expect them to do on this next play.
Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Sanchez. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7. From the gun, looking for a man. Under fire. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Mountaineers!
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stop? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
They'll go for 2 here and try to climb within a field goal late. Back to pass, it's Swan. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and that could be big as it draws him to within a field goal. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. Guys, the Utah State offense about to give it another go. All right, this game just got tighter, and you just don't want to make a mistake here, David.
Especially in the fourth quarter. Remember, you're still leading this ball game. You're still going to execute the same way, Palmer. Don't get frantic.
Don't get frantic, but I would like to see them stay aggressive, too. You put a touchdown up on the board here, and this goes back to being a 2-possession game.
They'll run it. They want to take their time here. He stopped at the 32-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play, and it'll be a first down. They'll use a timeout here. You have to be certain at this point in the game. The quarterback's just going to take a knee. Not exactly a ton of points in this one. They just couldn't overcome the offensive struggles and come up short.
And that's a bad feeling when you're the offense, because you see your defense time and time again getting stops, giving you the football back and giving you an opportunity. The offense, they just couldn't pull their own weight.
I hear you. It's a bad feeling for the offense, but it really sucks for us as defense because we got to keep going back on the field time and time again with no offensive support. A lot of times the frustration will lead on the sidelines. You'll see people getting angry, but the offense has got to do a better job.